Hello YouTube, welcome back. I've had my little break from the last video and now I'm back with a cup of hot chamomile tea to soothe the throat and moisten the mouth. We're going to get back and do a bit more Dwarf Fortress. I mean, this time hopefully we'll be more productive. It's now 2:15 in the morning here, but I feel like now I've got all that blabber out of my system. Maybe I'll be able to start crafting something with a bit more zhuzh. Question for chat. Spinning serrated glass blades. Do they go in weapon traps or not? Because according to my stockpiles, I have a number of serrated green glass blades, but when I go to place a weapon trap, it doesn't give me the option to put them in. Let's have a little look, shall we? I mean, someone's probably already typing in chat saying, "You oaf, what a moron. You can't use a bloody weapon trap with serrated green glass discs. That's an absolutely stupid thing to try." But nonetheless, here's what happens. I'm offered whips, picks. If somebody would indulge me and take a look at the last episode on YouTube, or indeed the VOD on Twitch, and just tell me, am I mad? Have I completely missed that, or were they not there last time? I did not see them there, but we're going to put them in. There we go, we now have a single trap with serrated glass discs, which is very cool indeed. However, it's not enough for me. The next trap I'm going to do is also going to have those discs in, and I'll look at chat in a moment. I hear you typing there. No, here we go. It's not there again. It's not there again. It's silver great axes, silver halberds. What the ballyhoo? Is it something about, can you not place them next to walls? I always imagine them coming out of walls. No, there they are, look, right there. How the fuck did I miss that? Okay, and we'll top it off with silver warhammers. There we go, done. And then we'll place another weapons trap there. Obsidian mechanism, why not? I love them. And we'll do silver warhammers again. Where are they? Silver warhammers, come on. There we go, 24 of them. Let's pop 10 in there, press D for done, and then hope that our dwarves actually build them, because previously those spaces were supposed to be 10 hammer traps, but they've ended up being nothing because no one built them. And in fact, somebody de-designated the construction for me, which was most unrequired. Okay, our stockpile, our trade depot rather, is absolutely ram-packed. Let's have a little look what's going on here. Best behaviour, guys, says Perilous 3D. Oh, hello, Cupo. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. No, well, yeah, I couldn't put them in the trap, but apparently it was always a sensible thing to do. It was just me being crazy and not seeing them in the list. Glass discs are air for traps, says Bubblehead. Well, this is counter to previous knowledge dropped in chat, so I'm interested to hear what's going on. Weapon trap can be loaded with up to 10 weapons, I think. Yes, I do put glass corkscrews are where it's at. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if glass is magma proof. Part of me thinks that, well, Cupo, I bow to Cupo's knowledge of Dwarf Fortress. Whereas my fortress is ugly, small, clunky, and badly made. If you are interested in seeing fortresses that are kind of the inverse of that, like beautiful fortresses made very well, that apparently seem to work quite well, check out Cupo's stream. He will maybe be streaming after I am, and if so, I'll probably raid you, Cupo, but there is a chance that I'll have a little peek through the list as well, because I have raided you a hell of a lot, and we'll just check to see if there's anybody with a like small view count who might, be pleasantly surprised. But there's a good chance I'll be raiding you, so be prepared for it. Too drunk! Okay, well, we'll have to have a look at the end of the stream for someone else to raid, but do check out Cupo's stream, because his fortresses are something to behold. I would say, now, don't get too big-headed here, Cupo, but your fortresses look better and seem to be nicer than Krug Smashes. And I know it's a different thing we're talking about here, but your fortresses are very nice, and I don't even aspire to be that good at Dwarf Fortress because it doesn't seem like a reasonable goal. It seems implausible, considering I've been playing for fuck knows how long. When was it that they added the Z dimension to Dwarf Fortress? When did it become like a layered 3D game? Because that was when I started playing Dwarf Fortress, and I have a feeling it was over 10 years ago, and I'm still shit at it. And I'm still playing though. And not only because it's by far and away the most popular thing I've ever done on Twitch. I do enjoy Dwarf Fortress. His is like a canvas and a brush. That's right, Ocelot. Yes. It is Halloween, Cupo. It is Halloween. It was Halloween for me. It was Halloween up until about 2 hours ago, 2 hours and 20 minutes ago. But Halloween no longer, and I forgot to mention it last time. We had a pretty good Halloween. Look at all this Halloween candy left over. Candy. I'm not an American. They're sweets. They're sweeties. Oh shit. I'm going to tip them all over the table and bash them into the microphone. That's just a bad move. 2008 maybe. You started in 2010. Holy shit. 2008. Yeah, it must have been about then, because I remember listening to it on the hearing about Dwarf Fortress on the One Up podcast. Sharky was talking about it. And that was around 2005. I was listening to that first. So 2008 sounds about right, which means that is 11 years ago. Holy shit. My goodness. What I like is he learns with every playthrough, but very little. I will take usually one nugget of information out of a fortress that has been hammered into me by chat repeatedly, and then I'll start another fortress after that one, and I'll forget something from the previous learning. My mate took up Dwarf Fortress and caught a Hydra in a cage trap within 20 hours of play. Man, that's got to be hard to live up to, though. You're never going to reach those highs again. You're going to be lusting after something that's not there. It's like being a heroin addict who's become acclimatized to the vein play. You know, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for your Dwarf Fortresses, because my first few all fucking died until I watched a guide or two, and then I was like, I understand a little bit. Barely farm. Shit, I still haven't even moved the farm indoors, have I? I was watching Krug Smash's new videos, the resurrection, the haunted biome, the zombie biome he's doing out on the tundra. I don't understand how it's done. I just can't. I know Clinadev gave me a link to a very in-depth guide to a good embark, which seems like just really rock-solid advice. And I do mean to refer to that. I'll have to go through my DMs on Discord to find that. But next time we start, I do intend to go into that. Also, I should mention that the next fortress is going to be a bit of a special one, because we're going to be doing, as I have done with this fortress as well, but we're going to be making the world available and inviting other people to play along, and we'll see what other people do with the same embark. Obviously, my fortress is going to be a shit tier scrub fest, but other people playing along are no doubt going to produce absolutely gorgeous fortresses, and when we sort of like get round to it, we'll start looking at other people's fortresses. We've had another streamer on, I think it was yesterday or the day before when I was streaming, I'm forgetting your name, I'm so sorry, but they were keen on doing it. That's interesting. I think Sergeant Indy's going to give it a go, and we'll no doubt see screenshots of that. I think there's a few other people in chat who are keen to play along, so if you stream, or even if you don't and you want to play along on the next fortress, do so, and at various intervals throughout the fortress's life, I will be looking at other people's forts and seeing what they've done with it. If you want more information on that, you might want to go to the Discord and sign up and just keep your eyes on that. But it essentially will happen when this fortress either gets boring, succumbs to frame death, or is wiped out. So the next fortress, Cryptbeards 21 or XXI, yes, is going to be a sort of a communal kind of affair, so everybody can join in. And you know, if you've got a stream, go for it. You stream the fortress for as long as you like, and then feel free to ask others who are doing the same to show their fortress as well. Why not? It's up to you. It's not anything formal. What the fuck is this going on? What have we got here? These look like worrying little chaps, don't they? Let's have a click. A capuchin, overcome by terror. Okay. Well, much as a capuchin is a small monkey, I would say a terrified monkey is a dangerous monkey. You know, they've got nimble little fingers, long, strong arms and legs with essentially hands on each, and they could do a lot of damage. Need I remind the regulars of my most well-remembered and terrifying nightmare, in which a small but vigorous monkey attempted to pop my testicles while I attempted to pin its arms down with it was a horrible nightmare. I'm not going to go over it again, but I do like to bring it up every time dreams are discussed. Let's go down here. Where are we? I'm trying to find my old... thank you for putting the Discord in chat, whoever did that as well. Thank you. I spent 10 years on drugs. Ooh, sounds like fun. I started IoT sometime after starting, and then before finishing. What have I missed here? Is that talking about Dwarf Fortress? Your Dwarf Fortress playing, and then not obviously remembering the start? I'm missing the context of that, I feel. Perilous 3D feels old too. Oh, he can't be that old. I don't think the tutorials I watched were Cat and Duck. I've seen a few, but it wasn't YouTube tutorials. It was like written stuff that I found through the wiki. I suppose 2008 YouTube wasn't as big. I came to YouTube as a viewer relatively late. I thought it was all cat videos, and then when I discovered all the cool shit on there, I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. I like it. I can't really remember what I started watching on YouTube at first. I don't really remember. These days, mostly the gaming content I'm watching is either Yogscast stuff, Krug Smash. Who else am I watching? I watch Jim Sterling, I quite enjoy, and Yong Ye. Not everyone's cup of tea, either of those, but I do quite like their videos. Who else do I recommend or watch? A lot of movie videos. Why am I telling you about my YouTube habits? It's barely interesting to the people I live with and my friends, let alone people on the internet who've come to watch some Dwarf Fortress. How boring. Let's have a little look. The evil biomes are a pain. I've never even tried, to be fair. I've had a vampire sneak in, kill nearly everyone, 50 plus dwarfs, then elect himself mayor of 3 survivors. That's a bit cheeky, isn't it? I'm fond of getting a vampire. I've always dreamed of an eternal vampire military, but it's never kind of blossomed. It's never come to fruition. I've always had these lovely dreams of an eternally training vampire military that just, comes screaming out of their little dungeon they live in and just hacks into anything. But it's never quite paid off in the way that I would like. Cupo will just hold out till the rest of us have submitted. I don't think I could go back to vanilla, says Cupo. Do you play modded Minecraft? I didn't know you. I thought you were more of a vanilla Minecraft, a vanilla Dwarf Fortress guy. I mean, I don't really know your mods and stuff, but I just literally load up from the Lazy Noob pack, because even after 11 years, I am a lazy noob. Yes, he does call us bastards, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Jim Sterling has a podcast, Boston's Favourite Son. It's excellent. I might give it a go. I did listen to one of his podcasts once, and it just didn't grab me. Funnily enough, though, one thing that is weird is Jim Sterling is from very near where I live. I think he's from Erith, which is kind of in the ballpark region of southeast London-ish that I live in. So, and certainly where I grew up. Yeah, I think he was talking about Boglins or something, and I figured out that he must come from very close to where I am. But obviously he lives in Mississippi now, so that's miles away. I do dream about monkeys grabbing my testicles. It's your own mod. Oh, Cupo, even more powerful gaming skill than I imagined. Like rolling your own. What glory. What wonders. My vampire adventurer, says Perilous, is currently one-shotting everything in sight. Well, that's good. Adventure mode seems like something you could more finely hone your character in, whereas you're kind of a little bit more random in Fortress mode. But I've never got on with adventure mode. I've tried it twice now, and every time I've just found it confoundingly confusing. But, maybe a third time will be the charm. I don't know. Should I do an adventure mode between now and the next fort, or should we just get on with this community fort as quick as possible? Excuse me. Hiccups and burps. Peril. I love becoming an adventurer in... Oh, sorry, yes. Okay, sorry. The Scoundrel M, did you ever watch Ashens on YouTube? His accent seems similar to yours. I've heard the name, and I think I've seen thumbnails, and every time I've just seen him... I think, is he the guy that manipulates things on a brown sofa? Is that him? I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with Ashen's content. I found myself in an unusual... some stuff on YouTube I watch appears to have a big audience, but I do find myself watching a lot of stuff that's not got a massive viewership. Oh God, who do I recommend? George Rockall Schmidt. Hasn't posted much lately because he's making a movie, but I love his film stuff. I've been watching Red Letter Media. They're quite good. Also a film and philosophy channel called Renegade Cut, which is pretty good. What's that channel called that does the exploring horror movies? Good Bad Flicks. Good Bad Flicks. That's another good film channel. Well, why am I talking about film channels all of a sudden? Let's get back to the chat. Unboxing. Oh, Ashens. Yes, he unboxes crap toys. Yeah, I think I'm aware of his stuff, but I've never really watching it. Scoundrel is thinking of the casting couch. Yeah, I've seen the memes going around where they show a picture of that sofa and they say, you know what this sofa is. And anybody, well, a lot of people look at it will look at that sofa and go, oh, I recognise it. Yes, I know what you're saying. The pink place indeed. Yeah, no, I've very recently, in the last couple of weeks, started watching Red Letter Media, just catching up on their stuff, and it's good. I like it, and they don't have the same sort of opinions and things to say as some of the other people I watch. It's nice to find people who aren't saying the same stuff and have different views and angles on things. So yeah, I'm enjoying that a lot lately. Which one did I watch that really tickled me? I can't remember now, but it was funny. Watched all the Plinkett videos. No, I you mean like the little storyline bits they do around the film talk? Because I actually skipped those. That's not something I watched a couple of them and I was like, yeah, okay, let's watch this talk about film, because that's what I'm here for. Because I'm that kind of bastard who skips through people's YouTube content. Oh no, feel free to do that on this video, by the way, YouTube. It's no biggie. I mean, if you're skipping through to see the gameplay, I apologise. Apologise. Oh, my throat is getting pretty raw. What time is it and how long have I been recording? I've been recording for 17 minutes, so I'll do at least another quarter of an hour, maybe another half hour to an hour. We'll see. Let's unpause it again and let things go along. We'll see how the Capuchins behave. Are they going to be the testicle-bursting beasts of my nightmares? Or are they going to be more sedate, less aggressive creatures? Now, one of them has strayed into the compound, which suggests more stress for the monkey to me. I'm not expecting it to calm down. It's escaped. There appears to have been no combat. Let's have a quick look. I am not seeing any combat notifications about Capuchins. So that's good. That's very good. It's the ones where Mike plays a character named Plinkett and talks at great length about Star Trek and Star Wars movies mostly. No, I haven't seen any of those. Mind you, they've been going for a long time. There's a lot of content to get through, to catch up. Oh, movie timelines. That was one of the ones I wanted to mention. There's a guy who's got criminally low view count and subscriber count. He does he looks at movie franchises, mainly horror, but he goes branch out into other stuff like the Nightmare on Elm Street, the Friday the 13th, and he looks at the continuity over the series and how the time is done, and a lot of them have quite shonky time scales involved. Particularly Friday the 13th, I think, has woeful continuity. But yeah, that's a good channel, well worth a look. Star Trek is better than Star Wars. I'm not going to fight you about that, Kipo. I think, personally, you may want to fight me about this, but my favourite Star Trek is Deep Space Nine, and I do think that is better than Star Wars. Yes, but they're different kinds of things. I like Star Wars. I've gone off it. I feel like I know this is heresy, but I feel like I might have got a bit old for Star Wars, gone off it a bit. I'm looking at it going, this is not exciting me like it used to. They're not terrible movies, the new ones. I quite enjoy them, but I'm not excited for Star Wars movies. It's just not something that does it. DS9 is not as good as Babylon 5. I hear that a lot. I gave Babylon 5 a little bit of a shake back in the day when it was on TV, but I never really got deep into it. See, the thing about DS9 is, at the time I discovered it and started watching it, they were all out on VHS, and I was working at a video rental store, so I could just sit and watch them and then take a load of the videos home, and I just binged all the Star Treks while working at this place over the course of God knows how long, like maybe a few months. I watched everything, and like Voyager, DS9, obviously not the new ones. I think Voyager was still going by the time I stopped working there, so I may not have seen all of those there. But I watched them all, and of them, my favourite series is DS9. Babylon 5, like I say, I didn't really return to it after seeing it on TV, but I hear a lot of good stuff about it. People love it. It's all good. I mean, at the moment, just to let you calibrate your notion of my tastes, my very tippy-top favourite TV programme is Westworld. I really love it. I've always loved the idea of the layered realities, you know, that the people living in a game / theme park / simulation, and then like there's another layer of people looking in, doing stuff, or you know, like as in the case of the simulation, like computers and stuff. It's good. That's my kind of stuff. Sorry, where was I? The second season of Westworld, hard to watch. It was different. I don't think it really climbed to the heights of season 1, but I'm hoping from some of the promotional stuff I've seen for season 3, we're gonna see something interesting. I think it's. I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. I'm certainly more optimistic than I was for the last Game of Thrones season. So you know, we'll see how that goes. You should totally read The Origin of Consciousness in the breakdown of the bicameral mind, though. Yeah, well, that's the thing. The thing I love about Westworld is like one of the same things I love about Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex, and stuff like that. It's like, I'm not big into philosophy, but I like it when things present philosophical ideas to me in a way that makes me go, tell me more. You know, I don't. I do watch some philosophy stuff, but I don't claim to really be that deep into it and that sort of interested. You know, it's not. It's interesting on a level, but it's not like my passion. But I love stuff that when it just has those things in there. No. Oh, unpause. You got a good point. Yeah. Well, what happened there? We skipped somewhere, or did I just? Oh, we got a migrant wave. Oh Christ! Not another one. Come on, lads, we don't have enough beds for the people we've got here. It's so often the case that... oh, no, it's not philosophy. I mean, obviously, the bicameral mind thing is not philosophy, that's also psychology. But there's a big crossover in the realms of psychology and philosophy. There's a lot of sort of cross-pollination of ideas and things. Like the idea of consciousness and that kind of stuff does seep into the philosophical realm. Yeah, didn't Babylon 5 end up getting turned into a load of... Yeah, exactly. Philosophy does suck to read. It's a fucking boring subject and has to be seriously sugar-coated for the bitter pill to be swallowed. That's what I'm saying, really. Oh, our first trap with some serrated green glass blades has gone in. I can't wait till something triggers it. I'm sure there will be a spray of body parts. Beautiful. Speaking of philosophy, it was because the show's philosophy was not commercial enough. Oh, I see. The Babylon 5 one. Fuzzatron has a philosophy degree. Oh, interesting. Interesting. And what would you say is the most interesting thing that you have gleaned from your studies of philosophy? What's the most interesting sort of topic or area? Not necessarily the most lively or, you know, contested, but what's the most interesting thing to think about? What do you reckon? One of my friends in college once said all philosophers are great thinkers. Most of them are awful writers. Blimey. Surely not all philosophers. It seems unlikely that every single one of them are great thinkers. I feel like some people must be able to squeeze in there on a, on a crafty, like, not actually that good level, right? I feel like they can't all be great. There's got to be shit philosophers. There have to be. I'm fairly sure I've heard some of them on YouTube. I am not going to name any names. Good for chatting up the ladies. Do you exist? That's a great opening line, really, isn't it? It confounds them, makes them think, is this guy dangerous? Should I run? Maybe I should reach into my purse for that little can of mace I've got. I was saving it up for a bear attack, just in case the thing screamed at me. Callback. Anyway, where were we? Godel says you can't prove my hand is on your thigh. Now that's a little bit more dangerous, Cupo. I feel like the repercussions of that one backfiring could quite possibly be too severe to warrant the risk. Where's my hair going crazy? What's all this about? It won't go behind my ear. If you enjoy the themes of Babylon 5, you might enjoy playing through the story of Queen's Wish by Spiderweb Software. Not familiar with that. Material reductionists are a bit of a downer. I don't know. I mean, that seems to be what, as from what I understand, that seems to be what I am. Maybe. But, maybe I'm not. I was saying to my friends the other day, I've kind of realised why it's so hard to make a cosmic horror film that is actually scary. And it's because, whereas in the 1920s the ideas being unveiled by science were, mind-bending and, truly terrifying. They took human out of the warm embrace of God and left us in the cold, unfeeling universe. But these days, that's just what people think life is. That's reality. And so cosmic horror is not horror, it's just cosmic. I mean, of course there are great cosmic horror films. People point to Alien. People point to the more recent one with Natalie Portman, which is kind of like The Colours Out of Space. Annihilation. That's quite good. It's quite good. A little bit abstract for my taste, but quite good. Quite good. Sorry, I'm fucking going off on one again, aren't I? We know about the shitty sophists through Plato's writing, but none of their supposed shitty writings survived. Oh, we're talking about bad philosophers here, I see. Let's have a little look. Trying to scroll up here, but apparently the thing doesn't want to let me read. We're more likely than not a simulation. Maybe. No real way to know, though, is there? So unless you can come up with some kind of testable thing on that one, it's kind of a moot point, because it's real enough for me. It's a useless degree, but I'm really good at convincing people it's not. There you go. Cosmic horror is just fucking lazy. True. You could level that. Level that accusation. That's true. But for some reason, it always draws me in and makes me want to be interested. The Thing is quite a good example of cosmic horror, right? I feel that's certainly good. And even if it's not a great example of cosmic horror, I think we should all take a moment for a special mention of Reanimator 2, and the one with the little sort of blibby thing coming out of their heads. Brian Yuzna. What's it called? From Beyond. From Beyond? The Beyond? You'll find it. You'll type in Yuzna Beyond in Google and the film will come up. There's like a melty boy with a sort of like a willy stalk coming out of his head. It's great. Also, In the Mouth of Madness. Great film. Loved it. Excuse me. A panpsychist. Ooh. What does that involve? Is that like you psych out pans? You get frying pans and psych them up? I don't know. That's a very difficult area for me to find a pun in at 2 in the morning. At 2:45 in the morning. Sorry. Unspeakable horrors aren't. Aren't horrors? I get where you're going there, but I feel like I've not done justice to your statement in chat. What you said, whatever that was, Spiderweb Software does role-playing adventures from a top-down perspective. What they lack in graphics, they tend to make up for in terms of story depth and world texture. Well, that's always a noble cause. You'll have to have a little look. Science says, that reminds me, there was a Czech roadside picnic movie that got made in the 70s that was apparently like groundbreaking in its portrayal of stuff, but Czech censors destroyed it. That's interesting. Roadside Picnic was the one that inspired Chernobyl game that I played and kind of didn't enjoy, because much as I think I enjoy post-apocalyptic survival games, I actually find them stressful and horrible to play. You knew I was a super fucking nerd. That's true. I do suffer from nerdism. What did Fuzzy say? Oh shit. Oh, panpsychist. Oh, there we go. They're agreeing on the panpsychism. The problem with the simulation argument is if that you look at the lives of our simulators, the same argument would apply on their level of existence. That's true, but maybe it's simulations all the way down. Just simulated turtles. That's all it is. Science says also the simulation hypothesis doesn't make much sense when you consider how much computing power you'd basically need the computing power of the entire universe to simulate the entire universe. Of course, to simulate Earth, you'd only need a Dyson sphere, but still. True, but just to play devil's advocate here, I'm not an advocate of simulation theory, but just to play devil's advocate, two things. We don't necessarily know the complexity or scale of the universe outside of our simulated space. And if I've learned anything from watching videos about how computer games are made and stuff, it only needs to show us what will give the impression that the universe is what we believe the universe is. It doesn't necessarily, if they're good enough to simulate world to this level of stuff, I'm pretty sure they can give you whatever results you want from any scientific experiment you want. So, and they can just code that into the rules. So that's not an ironclad argument in my mind. But, like I say, I'm just playing devil's advocate there. I'm not into simulation theory necessarily. I don't feel I feel like it's not worth considering, because if it's true, it's true. And if it's not, it's not. We have no way of knowing until it's game over. Game over, man. Game over. That was a very bad impersonation of, what's his name? Was it Hicks? No, Hicks is someone else, isn't it? It was, I can't remember who said that in Aliens, but I do remember that it was said. Yeah, the people in it couldn't notice. That's true. That's true. You can't have it spending 10,000 years simulating a second, or else why would they build it? It's true, but they could, with extra dimensions of space, it could open up computing options that make simulating our three-dimensional and plus time dimension world trivial. But anyway, that's just wild speculation. Panpsychism is the belief that all things, the entire universe, is part of a global consciousness. Like, if there's a god, that god is literally the universe. It seems nice. I'm a lot more materialist than that. I'm just like, I don't feel there's a need to. God doesn't do anything, doesn't explain anything for me, or, it's not necessary. It's just sort of like a thing that people have said and doesn't seem to actually be required for anything to work, or to exist. It seems like other stuff is more plausible, But again, that's just me. What do I know? We are walking into fucking dangerous territory all of a sudden. Talking about religion. What next? Fucking politics. Please don't let anybody. I'm scrolling down the chat still. Oh no, someone said order. Politics is about to come up. Oh no. Have I poisoned the chalice? Have I poisoned the chalice? The point is, why would someone build something they couldn't use? Then again, I was going to say nuclear weapons, but people have used nuclear weapons, so that doesn't hold. Immortal. It's quite a good book called Anathem by... I should put my Amazon link in chat. There's a good book by Neil Stevenson called Anathem that talks about the idea of... I'm spoiling it if I tell you why this is relevant. Watch it. Check to see if I've got a link to that thing where you can get a free audiobook and just go and listen. I think I signed up for it, but I'm not sure if I've put any links anywhere to it. So, maybe that will work. Oh, I'm so good at this internet promotion, aren't I? I'm going to be a millionaire in no time. Our entire known universe is probably contained within one atom, says Druid's Mead. Well, actually, Perilous 3D, someone's asked why simulate, and you said we simulate because we make order. One of the things that has been discussed, one of the really good channels I watch on YouTube is called Isaac Arthur's Futurism with Isaac Arthur. Look up Isaac Arthur. He does these podcasts doing talk about futurism and sci-fi. And one of the things he was talking about was late in the life of the universe, when stars are disappearing and winking out, life could be sustained and hypothetically in a simulated world, which could be run to run like calculations incredibly fast, therefore sort of expanding the experience of time of people in that digital realm, which means moving to that realm once power had been set up would make sense, because the universe outside is empty, cold and dying, and you could extend your existence inside a simulated universe to do that. So that's one reason why you might simulate the universe. But anyway, we're getting into crazy town here. Actually, Cupo, I feel like I should say I don't really play Dwarf Fortress. Not tonight, at least. It seems like I've got very far out in the weeds. It's true that you can fake it, but you'd still need entire galaxies contained entirely within a computer to do that. That's true. But again, or just the data that would suggest they're there. I mean, like, if you took all the data points we have on any given star, I would imagine that probably doesn't amount to more than 100 sort of, maybe we've got like time graphs and changes and stuff, but the categories of stuff we know, sort of like position, distance, orbit, luminosity, the things that we can use to intuit things about stars, there's probably only, less than 100 of those things for any given star. And, sure, that's a lot of shit for every star in the universe, but, at a certain point, we can only infer so much. Anyway, whatever. Let's stop talking about simulation theory. This is bonkers. Hello, Macho. Yes, that is all graves in the courtyard. It is all graves. We have had some casualties. Quite a few, in fact. Okay, I'm going back. I've improved my philosophy skill. That was very unsatisfying. Oh my goodness, the dwarven mind is creeping out of Dwarf Fortress and into chat. Good evening, Mr. Mix. Mr. Mix, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. It's been a little while. Hope you're having a good time. Welcome back. It's a pleasure to have you here once again. Everyone say hello to Mr. Mix. Good lad, salt of the earth, as far as I know. Oh, hello. Please excuse me. I will have to clean that up, but these are elves. Let me get through chat and then we'll deal with this disgusting little incursion. What is the end state of my ideal universe? Honestly, I would like it to be true that the universe is eternal. But I don't think that's actually the case. Maybe, in a multi-dimensional reality, all that quantum theorization is true, and we live in a multiverse of realities, then it kind of doesn't matter in the big grand scheme of things, and I'm not fussed. If that's the case, then whatever. What will be has to be here, but something else will continue. But, in terms of this definite universe, the one we're in, the one we have, I'd like it to be eternal. But if not, it's hard to say. Once you start thinking about deep time and things like that, what will will the idea of descendants be meaningful in any kind of understandable way? I'm pretty sure if the creature we evolved from after the dinosaurs were made extinct were to see us, it would probably not immediately think, hey, I think we're related. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And I think that kind of time on, will humanity even exist? Seems like a bit of a stacked odds bet, I'm not sure if I'd want to go for that. So let's keep going down the chat. Things have picked up a bit, haven't they? Proper original simulation. No, I'm not reading any more simulation theory stuff. Cooper says, I worship Baphomet, but it's more of an Easter and Halloween thing. Oh, that's nice. That sounds very good. Is it the Baphomet of Nightbreed, or a more traditional Baphomet? What's that band called? Moonspell. They had a song, didn't they? On the horns of Baphomet. I forget. Anyway, great band. Religion is much like the TV show Friends. It's for other people, I suppose, says Druid's Maid. To my modern day shame, when Friends was originally on, I did watch it, but in my defence, I was a child. How dare you judge me? Macho just woke up. The conversation seems really deep here. Well, luckily for you, if you step in it, it's not. It's merely a thin patina of depth that appears to go. It's like one of those mirror things with two mirrors facing each other, and you look into it, it looks like an eternal tunnel. There's just inane noise here. That's what's happening, on my part at least. I think we can all agree BJ is a dick, Brexit is a con, and if you don't vote Labour, I'll kill you. Well, I agree with you on a large proportion of those things, but I feel like I don't really want to get drawn into a politics discussion, as discussed before, because, you know, it only gets things aggro. Nobody starts talking about politics and calms down. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't. People get het up and angry, and I understand why. I've been there. I am not immune to going there, but not here. Not doing it here. Got to pull back on that one. Spell that out. Anathem. Oaths is punking us. Good evening, sir, says Drew's Meets. Do you have a moment to talk about our great Lord Cthulhu? See, there's a religion. There's a religion. Worship a god, because if you don't, they will kill you. Or even that's not the case. I mean, there's a good chance that if you worship any of the entities of the Lovecraft mythos, they'll notice you and kill you just by noticing you, without even meaning to, having no real sort of like concept of the fact that you didn't want to die or even knew you existed. Fuzzatron says, I don't believe in God. It's more about we're all part of a universal natural process we're not aware of. Have you seen the end of Men in Black, when the entire universe is in a marble or an atom? Yes, I have seen that, and that's a nice notion. I quite like the idea. And, you know, the whole, like, everything is interconnected is definitely true. But not in a sort of, in my mind, and I'm not suggesting this is what you think, but not in a Dirk Gently's holistic detective agency kind of way, in a more of a kind of, I'm actually not convinced the universe isn't deterministic to a large degree. I'm not sure if time is an illusion and we are just falling along a path that exists as a static entity in 4 or higher dimensional space. I could be a sort of time smear on a vase in a incomprehensible multi-dimensional civilization somewhere. But then again, that is a bit of a weird thing to think, so maybe I'll just start trying to be a little bit more Dwarf Fortressy, right? We've got an elf invasion. I'm going to have to just go through chat. I'm going to make sure no new names have popped up that I don't recognise. Hello, Murder Machine G69, welcome back, thanks for joining us. I will check what you said, because you're probably not contributing to the conversation that I'm just disappearing down the rabbit hole of. Speaking of Dwarf Fortress, I had elves send a raiding party that was riding on ravens, but it turns out the elves don't control the ravens, and so the animals would get scared and run off with the elf on them. That's a bold move in warfare. Untrained animal riding? I feel like that's never going to work out in your favour. I mean, any animal big enough to be ridden is a danger if it's in your troops out of control, right? Surely. And the whole thing can be... No, that's simulation theory again. Let's come down here. r/outside, not familiar with the subreddit. Plutonium Jesus has correctly stated elven scum. That's good. Let's have a little look down. Perilous brought his crew, apparently. Eternal is relative, even in a simulation where it... Oh, no, stop, no more stuff. Why the fuck would you want the universe to be eternal? Just feels like you get more out of it that way. Excuse me. Well, the mic definitely caught that. I saw the needle spike, so to speak. QPost degrees are in physics. Oh man, I don't have a degree. I'm an uneducated pleb. That's what I am. We're nearly there. Ocelot says this is quality broadcasting. I think you should reconsider any notions you have of working for the BBC or ITV or any of the television programming things. This will never get off the ground. This is never going to work out. Why would you ever worship Cthulhu when you could worship Hastur, the King in Yellow, the Nameless One, the King of Many Names, the man behind the play? That's true. A bit of Nyarlathotep worship could go down a treat, but there's so many options in that regard. I mean, why not go for Ehiort? Why not worship the Gugs? I mean, personally, if I'm going to worship anybody, it's going to be the Great Race of Yith. I want to hang out with the Great Race of Yith, have a little look around the old plateau of Leng, or wherever it is they go, the Great Library of Leng. Sounds interesting. Great Race of Yith, yes please, abduct now. But, we'll see how it goes. I don't think they're going to be interested in my life. It seems a little bit meh. Not from my perspective, but, I think there's a lot of other lives similar. You could, it's going to be a lottery. It's unlikely they'll pick me. Let's have a little bit more down here. Ocelot says it's a lot more like we're in a simulation. No, I'm not getting drawn into it. You guys can discuss that, but I'm not getting drawn back in. Fuzzletron says the version of panpsychism is an attempt to a lot of immaterial or spiritual things. To exist. Oh, okay. Yes. Well, that's very similar to the old Arthur C. Clarke. Any sufficiently advanced technology appears to be magic. I feel like so immaterial or spiritual things. Sure. But I feel like there's going to be, I feel like they're going to be very understandable things. They're not unknowable, if they exist, which, depending on what you're talking about, I probably don't think does. But maybe I do. I'm not totally against the idea of aliens. I'm just not all in. I like reading about it, and I like, hearing people talk about it. But I do think you're full of shit, or you're crazy. Or, maybe you're just all in. I don't know. Come down. Past this Druid's Mead, Perilous 3D, Scientific Hooligan, Cupo. The name of my perception is Sally. She's got a bit of a squint. Oh. I don't know if that's linked to the conversation about simulation theory, but yeah. The Yithians are going to invasion of body snatchers. Yeah, but they put you back. That's the thing. The Yithians, they take you and put you... Oh, wait, no, actually, their ultimate goal is to find a host species through which to live in another period of time. Yeah, that's a good point. Still, of all the interactions with mythos creatures, I feel like it's probably one of the more fun ones, right? Being a brain in a jar for a bit, like living in the body of a Yithian, having a little look round the cosmic libraries. I feel like it's like, of the options, it seems the best. It seems the best. Cupo will wager $1. There's life on Mars. Yeah, no, I would be offering the same bet. Like microbial life, what I want to see is Europa and Titan and Enceladus. The watery ones, and the one with the liquid methane weather. Oh, come on, let's get something up there and have a look. They're interesting, man. Stop. I mean, yeah, okay, the moon is cool, it's close, we can get that, great. Yeah, moon stuff, hooray. But come on, let's get those icy moons. Anyway, calm down, scoundrel. I'll wager $10 there's a life outside this solar system. Yeah, I mean, you got to survive to get that bet closed. Go ye not to Enceladus. This is known, says Druid's Mead. Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to go personally. I'd rather send some kind of probe or robot. But, yeah. Anyway, I've finally caught up with chat. Everybody, shh. This is what we're here for. Jesus, I've recorded this as well. It's 49 fucking minutes. YouTube, I can only apologise for this absolute bobbins that I have put in front of you and expected you to watch. How unconscionably evil of me. Let's go to the military screen, the alert screen, and set off burrow number 1. There we go. That's step 1. Then we unpause it, and hopefully we do not get splattered by the elves. And are these goblins? Are these some little gobbly boys? Little gobbos? Yes, a goblin bard. An elf Dan. Sure. Hello, Dan. An elf bowman. An elf poet. Elf sword. Elf bowman. Okay. So they sent some poets. Dancers. Okay, is this some sort of sick burn? Are they like, haha, we shall send our finest poets and dancers to sack your fortress because we have very little respect for your military might. Very little respect indeed. I think that's what's happening here. This is some kind of jibe or jab. It seems like we've got a lot of dwarves outside the fortress, so let's quickly unpause things and see what happens. Everybody's coming in. An ambush? What? Are these not the elves that were originally presented as the raiders? No? Okay, I'm going to use the full stop button. I don't do this very often, but we're going to advance time slowly. An arrow has been loosed. Here it goes. Let's watch it fly. It doesn't look like it's going to hit anybody, to be honest. I am not feeling threatened by that arrow. Okay, this little fool, this little jester's motley wearing idiot is charging in. Let's go down. Take a little look at what this fella's up to. He's an elven poet called Iyathi Mavimia and deserves nothing more than being locked in solitary confinement in our deepest recesses for the rest of his eternal existence. So, with that in mind, let's hope that everybody gets inside nice and quick. We don't have to actually engage him in any kind of combat, and he just gets caught in one of our traps. Maybe the eternal imprisonment isn't as good as having him chopped up, but I feel like of the two options, I'm not going to start complaining if either of them come to be. Okay, he's charging after some of our civilians here. What's happening? Okay, they've engaged in combat. These two poor fools may well have issues. Oh, Fuzzatron. Oh my goodness. So new, so fresh to the fortress. Such a baby face in terms of his time here, yet now his life is in threat from of all sources. An elf. Oh dear, oh dear. If the elf hurts him, there's a not insubstantial chance that he will just spontaneously die of shame. Oh, there's blood. Oh, there is blood. I drink your milkshake. There we go. Right, okay, so he's off the bridge, right? Get off the bridge, lad. Come on. Okay, you're on the move. Do we have any other dwarves outside the fortress? And if so, do I give enough fucks about them to take measures for them to survive? Let's have a little look. Just cast our eyes over the woods. Let's have a little goosey gander, see what's what. Anyone down here? Anybody fishing? Anybody slinging rod, as they say, when seeking innuendo? No, it doesn't look like it. So, I'm going to go to the dining hall. I'm going to click on this lever here, which is, of course, for the gate. I'm going to add a new task. I'm going to press capital P and N to order somebody to pull the lever right now, this very second. And let's see what happens. Are we going to actually... This looks bad. We've already got 3 elves in the fortress harassing our civilians. However, the miasma, the stinking fetid stench of corpses, may well hide our traps from them. They're probably not going to spot them anyway, but we've got a farmer on the outside. That's not good news. He's got into some little fracas with an elf with a bow. I think he's taken a hit. Let's advance things slightly slowly. Come on. Come on, you can make it. You can make it. What's your name? What's your name, lad? Come on. Give me the beans. Give me a story. Who are you? What do you do? Why are you here? What's making you go outside? Doomed Fence Cloister, experiencing mortal fear from an elf. Come on. Come on, sir. Be brave. Be brave. What do you expect from these scum? Now. Interesting. Though he is in danger, the tides may soon turn, because if he can make it down to the traps, they have no way to escape and will have to advance after him, he says, kind of ignoring the bow. Okay, this isn't looking good. Let's take a look at the combat reports and see what's happening. Farmer Doomed Ustuthodon is fighting. Is that him? That's not him, is it? That's not who I saw. That's not the name. It is. It is the name. Come on, scoundrel. Remember. Now let's have a little look here. So it's a lot of red. I'm not happy about that. The farmer has vomited. Not a good sign. He's fallen over. Let's take a look at this one. The elf swordsman stabs the farmer in the head with his birchen short sword, bruising the muscle through the pigtail cap. The force pulls the neck, tearing apart the skin. The elf swordsman stabs the farmer in the right lower arm with his birchen short sword, bruising the muscle through the elk leather robe. Dear, oh dear, he's getting beaten quite badly. He's getting a lot of bruising, but he's not really... He's tearing skin? He's only getting bruises, really. He might recover. If somehow... Oh, no, arrows are definitely not going to cause bruising. I think there's going to be... Do 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 do. We've got an elf standing in one of our weapon traps. Let's have a little peek. What's your name? What's your name, sir? Sunera von Lisa's corpse. It's a corpse. Doesn't look like a corpse. So what about this one? Is there a corpse in here? No? Corpse in there? Intriguing. Okay, I'm seeing a live elf. Is everyone else seeing that? Or am I crazy? I see Shock Treatment saying they personally believe that if we ever came across another intelligent life form, we'd never even realise. There's a good chance that could happen. I understand your thoughts there. I say I understand your thoughts. It's not like I'm reading your mind or anything. I have an idea of what you're saying. What's this mechanism all about here? Why is there a mechanism on the floor? And who is this? Oh, no, they've vanished. Into the thick miasma. In the thick miasma, body parts grow mold. You can't really breathe it. Something that rhymes with mold. Okay, I've got to get that one finished before Christmas, but hopefully it'll be a number 1 hit. And I will achieve what Iron Maiden couldn't do with Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. They were ousted by Mr. Blobby's record. I know, crazy, right? So, do we have any elves left alive? It's hard to see. I'm going to go to the U key and have a look at others and see who's wandering around. We've got giant roaches, we've got a king snake, goblin bard, invader, elf. Yeah, the invaders are still here, very much so. So, how about dead missing? Okay, the elf poet, the elf dancer, the elf swordsman, and the elf bowman are deceased, along with a capuchin. What happened there? Did they anger some sort of woodland denizen with bigger fangs, or did one of the dwarves catch wind of my nightmares as I spoke of them and seek revenge on my behalf? Which I think is a bit misguided. I mean, it's not the same monkey. Indeed, the monkey in my nightmare obviously doesn't exist. It's purely a construct of my mind. Sonera. So is that actually a corpse there then? I don't know. I'm going to undo the... Excuse me. I'm going to undo the alert and hope that we're all good and see what happens. I'm going to leave the gate shut for now. We'll see how that works out. These traps sound deadly as fuck. I mean, these ones are fairly dangerous. Each of the majority of the traps, sorry, plural, has 10 silver hammers in, and one of them has 10 serrated green glass discs, the one in the very middle of the first set of 9 red traps. So I'm assuming it should mince up elves pretty good, or pretty bad, depending on your perspective, which is of course wrong if you think it's bad. Disgusting elves. What a horrific waste of meat. I mean, ugh. 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 Disgusting. No, my boys don't seem to want to get in there, but I can't... Yeah, alright, billy goats and alpacas do not concern me. Continue your cautious looping back and forth. See, I'm only seeing the corpse in the list of things. There's no actual elf there, is there? Or am I... No. It's all there. So it's all there is. Okay, let's send the military and see if they can do anything. S-A-K. Oh, sack. And then we click on... Oh, look, there is an elf dancer still alive. There you go. Here come the trust orbs. Come on. Trust orbs with literally girded loins. This is interesting. I'm going to take a look at the combat reports because that dancer is... it makes sense. It makes sense that a dancer would be able to make their way dexterously through the traps. I think they've killed him. The order seems to have been completed. Let's go to the combat reports and see how this elf did. Was he sprinting and dancing through the thing? Got a lot of grey there, but it looks like it's good stuff for me. Normally I would think of good stuff as red, but let's have a look down here. Where did the bad times start for this disgusting creature? Let's go to page 1. Okay, 1's not too bad for him. The elf dancer stabs the animal trainer in the upper body with his ashen spear, bruising the fat through the pigtail dress. Kifino Vasiladatha, elf dancer. I got caught in a miasma. How disgusting. The elf dancer attacks the animal trainer, but he jumps away. Okay, so let's go a bit further. Death is all around us. The horror. Gruesome wounds. Begone, fear. Death. This is truly horrifying. The elf dancer stands up. Okay, so even early days into the combat, he was not doing well. The elf was dishing out a bit of damage to the diagnoser. That was the surgeon guy who was walking over the traps, if I remember rightly. That's good. So the elf's doing okay there. And then it seems, after the elf dancer stabs the diagnoser in the left hand with his ashen spear, bruising the muscle through the pigtail left glove, the force bends the left wrist, bruising the muscle and bruising the muscle. Then we move into this area here with lots of grey, which I'm assuming is traps, because here we have the silver warhammer. The silver warhammer strikes the elf dancer in the right upper arm, fracturing the bone through the rope-reed robe. The force pulls the right shoulder, tearing apart the muscle and bruising the bone, and tearing apart the muscle and bruising the bone. A ligament has been torn, and a tendon has been torn. The elf dancer jumps away from the spinning silver warhammer. The silver warhammer strikes the elf dancer in the upper body. Blah, 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 blah. And it seems like there's quite a bit of that, until the cacao wood breastplate breaks. Oh dear. Not good. So I'm seeing lower leg hit. I'm seeing right foot hit. He loses hold of his weapon, falls over, gives into pain. At that point he's not moving in the trap, so I feel like it's not being set off. He's improving his armor. Interesting. The elf dancer The elf dancer blocks the flying steel bolt with the ashen shield. Oh, with the shield, that's less exciting. I thought they were going to parry it out of the air, but for a second there I got caught up in the elf mythos, and frankly I should be punished. Everyone stop watching. Let me just check the view count. 29 people have accepted that. That's absolutely disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Go and have a wash. It doesn't count as a proper wash in my eyes unless you're huddled at the bottom of the shower crying in cold water. Go. I'll carry on with this. Sorry, where was I? The wrestler strikes at the elf dancer. So a wrestler got in there, grabbed the thing, started battering it about a bit. He's got his shield. He's got his spear back. Oh no, he's fighting with his shield. That's why. Okay, so that's good. The ashen shield breaks. Nice. We're only 5 pages into 17. It seems like there's a fairly mixed fight going on here. The elf's date palm wood leggings break, which is not a good sign for him. If your wooden trousers start coming apart and these punches from the wrestlers start coming in, it's a problem. The elf is still punching back at this point, 6 pages in. I've got some purple text. That's them releasing the wrestler they're fighting. The papaya wood low boot has broken. Excuse me, hiccuping and burping all over the place like some kind of barbarian. He's back in the traps again here. The traps are absolutely battering him to bits. It's absolutely terrifying. Did he ever make it into the glass spinning disc trap? That's what I want to know. He's getting hit a lot in the legs. He's got a pulled right hip here. He looks sick, no doubt. I'd be sick with that. Now we're still 7 pages away from the end, and I think I've spotted a nice little treat. Something special. I think some of your eyes might have been drawn to it as well. I think some of you may be anticipating something special here. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just allow this to soak in slowly. We'll get there. We'll go down the page and we'll get to the special beautiful moment when it's appropriate. So strike the elf dancer in the upper body. Nice Silverhammer does that. Strikes the elf dancer in the right upper leg, making its way closer to its quarry. The force bends the right hip, tearing apart the muscle, etc., etc. The silver warhammer strikes the elf dancer in the right hand, getting cold again. Not quite there, fracturing the bone, blah blah blah, bending the wrist, etc., etc. The silver warhammer strikes the elf dancer in the right lower leg, fracturing the bone through the kenaf trousers. The force pulls the right knee and the part splits in gore. Lovely. A ligament has been torn and a tendon has been torn. The silver warhammer strikes the elf dancer. Hang on. The silver warhammer strikes the elf dancer in the lower body, bruising the muscle and bruising the left kidney through the kenaf trousers. It is a gelding blow. The elf dancer misses the wrestler. No shit. Gelding blow. The elf struggling for its life, having the tables turned on it as the aggressor fallen, waves its arm around in the air. No, please, stop. Sorry. No, please, stop beating me. I'm a pathetic elf. I'm crying. Me. I would live forever if I hadn't been stupid enough to attack your fortress. Me. And then, one beautiful silver warhammer, not even a small one, a full-size, full-scale, ready-to-use in battle warhammer, springs out on its mechanism with some kind of tightly wound, coiled spring powering it, and BAM! Bam! The flat surface of the silver warhammer gelds the elf, removes its testicles, doesn't necessarily obliterate them, which in a way is disappointing, but it does remove them. The force of the impact completely severs the testicles of the elf. And I, for one, had no idea that elves had testicles. I just assumed they had like flat action man parts down there. But hey, you learn something new every day. And also, you get a little sweet treat every day, and that was the treat for today. That was the beautiful thing. His T-wood helm breaks. Well, I think the breaking of his helm is the least of his worries after that last attack. Yes. No, I am bad at making jokes. He passed out from exhaustion. That's the thing. Not from the removal of his testicles. From exhaustion. Probably caused by the screaming. The elf dancer is having more trouble breathing. Again, probably a screaming related issue. And at this point, it looks pretty badly. It looks like it's going very, very badly. The elf appears to have given up even trying to do anything. And the silver warhammers are just raining blows on him. Like some kind of evil hail of silver meteors. What the fuck am I talking about? His maple leaf gauntlet broke on page 14. Page 15. Oh, hello. One of our wrestlers gets back in on the action. He notices the elf caught up in the workings of the trap and using his fists attempts to dislodge him, excuse that fart, dislodge him from the mechanism in the hopes of getting it working again. Oh dear. Much as the gelding blow excited me, I think I've taken the wind out of my own sails, but by, oddly enough, taking the wind out of my arse. Stinks. So it finishes with: the wrestler punches the elf dancer in the head with his left hand, bruising the muscle through the rope reed headscarf. The force bends the neck, tearing apart the skin. That's nice. So the neck skin just goes and opens up and his head flips back. It's lovely. I am in love with that combat report. And it looks like the fortress is doing okay. Let's head over to Dwarf Therapist and have a little peek at what our numbers are like. How many did we lose? We lost at least one. We had 88 adults, 12 children, and 6 vulnerable babies. Let's have a little read. Okay, we did have a migration wave before it happened, so net gain. Fantastic news. 98 adults, 13 children, and 5 babies. A caravan, a wagon has arrived. Oh no, their wagons have bypassed our inaccessible site. Shit. Maybe we want to open the gates again, but I think the elves are still out there. Let's have a little peek at the new migration wave, because I'm very excited about that. I want to see who's there. Caught wind of something that registered on the mic. Yes, I'm fairly confident that was picked up. Let's have a little look down here. Tidy feels sick. Beheaded with a fist. Yes, well, not quite beheaded. Not quite beheaded, Ocelot. Just, ripped. A partial beheading. A severment. A severment? Partial severing? It's kind of... No. Let's stop thinking about this. It's getting a little bit graphic. We're going to the both the dark place and the pink place in a way, if you think about it. Anyway, we had 11 people turn up. Did they turn up? They did turn up before we shut the gates, didn't they? So they're in. Their military skills are not really anything to write home about, but they do have a spear dwarf in their ranks, which is good, I suppose. We've got someone who's pretty good at potash making and someone who's pretty good at making clothes, but one of those we don't really need, and the other I think we already have. So really, pretty much a non-event, this migration wave. The metalsmith is interesting, but he's a novice, so I'm not excited about his arrival yet. I mean, maybe I can start thinking about putting more people in the military to deal with these daft little elf incursions, but we'll see. Excuse me, a little windy popper. If we open the gate, will they come in? And will they attempt to fight the elves? Because the elves appear to have buggered off for a bit. Let's have a little look and zoom in. Others? Invader, Goblin Bard. Let's have a look. Where are you? Where are you? What are you doing? Over there. Okay. They seem fairly spread out. They don't look like they're bunched up, ready for an attack. They're sort of wandering around aimlessly. Well, I say aimlessly, I don't actually know what they're doing. They're just far apart. I'm intuiting things that aren't necessarily there to be intuited. Oh, I am on the wrong screen. You're quite right. Yes, sorry. Let's go back to Dwarf Fortress. Here are the elves out here in the wilderness, I suppose, and my fortress is over here. Is it paused? I don't think it is paused, is it? Yes, it's paused. Okay, let's unpause it, and let's also open the gates. Fuck it. Worst comes to worst, the elves will get in a bit and they'll get trapped and killed, right? I mean, we already have a massive overpopulation problem vis-a-vis beds, but, otherwise, actually, let's call the alert as well, because just don't want everybody running out and getting jacked by elves. That would be too sad. Far too sad. How could this happen to me? I closed up my gates. I set up my traps. Where are we going with this? Here we go. Hello, elf-kind, my not friends. I'm never sure whether it's a temporary switch or you forgot to change back. Yeah, I know. It's one of the hazards. It can be set up to do transitions from just what window you have in focus, but that's not ideal because sometimes I click on other windows that I'm not necessarily wanting to put on the stream, like when I was looking at the browser earlier. So it's a little bit, do I want to do that? And where I've set up the sort of transition thing, I quite like that for now. I'll probably do something different in a while, but I knock that together in a day, and it works. It's got a little bit of visual pizzazz to it, right? By no means am I an expert in these kind of things, but I really do enjoy dabbling in them. Oh, someone found a dead kitten. A tame dead kitten. That's a bit sad. This looks like the traders are actually making their way to my depot, and it does appear that the elves are not that interested in it. Why is this? Have they realised they can't possibly withstand our traps? Is this why you lurk? You loiter? See, the traders are coming up. They can come in. If the elves go for them, hopefully they've got good guards who can fight off some elves. Cheeky little fuckers. Here comes... here we go. You dirty elf scum. You filthy little bastards, pushing the fucking guards into the magma moat. I mean, on one level I have to be sort of thinking, fair play, sir, well done. But on the other level, like, come on, you little dickheads. How rude can you be? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, they're making mincemeat of the caravan. This is suboptimal. Erush Vasithba. I am your liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss your situation. Sure, we have elves at the moment. It's a bit of a problem. They're like rats, very tough to get hold of. You may have noticed them burning one of your guards to death in our moat of magma. Not our fault, perfectly safe. Just because, you know, someone's gone in it doesn't mean we have to do any kind of health and safety assessment. Look at the mines of Moria. They haven't got a single fucking handrail there, and how many people have died? 1. Gandalf. So there you go. Health and safety, crock of shit. That's how dwarves roll. Obviously, let's not apply that idea to the real world. Health and safety, quite good, actually. Saves a lot of lives. Very sensible thing to use. To do. Be healthy and safe. Okay, let's go there and see if that's what that's done for our elf infestation. Well, there appears to be one elf left, a dancer called Ricote Cafethamala. Sefethamala. Okay. And other than that, it's all just... What? Litast Morolosha, the ghostly butcher? Okay, Litast. Bear with me 1 second. I will deal with your haunting. Let me just get to a Craftdwarf workshop. Let's add Alt S, and there he is. Bingo. Or is it? Was it Athel Logimigogath? Whatever his name was? Shit. Let's find out. I was in the U menu, wasn't it? Others. Undead. Litast. That was it. Litast. Let's go back to the Craftdwarf workshop. Add another memorial slab. Where's Litast? There we go. Litast Thakamost? Slab engraved memorialized. Can't be them. Where is this Litast? Why are you undeading me? I don't see their name in the list. What's going on here? What's going on here? This is good, isn't it? I'm actually playing Dwarf Fortress. I bet none of you are expecting this. I bet at least one of you's probably lost wood. Let's keep looking. Oh, what's wrong with me? Why do I keep saying things like that? I know why. Because I can't stop myself. This is why I can't go down the pub with my friends. I'll just cause trouble. Litast? No, it wasn't that, was it? That must be it. Huh. Oh, don't. Slab engraved, not memorialized. Oh, wait. Does that mean that it's just not been placed? That might be the case. B, Alt S, slab. Let's go there. Who have we got a slab for? Let's press X. There's a memorial. Brilliant. Okay, here we go. Now we're sorting our undead problem out. X, show me more memorials. There's one. Alt S. Let's place another one there. Look at the list. Anything interesting? There's another one. Okay, okay. Quite a few more memorial slabs than I anticipated, actually. I thought there were going to be fewer than this. But turns out I've actually done quite a lot of memorialising. Gabro to someone whose name begins with Li. Alt S. Let's pop another one there. Jesus, there's a shitload of them. Let's go from the bottom. Why not? Oh my god. Got basically a whole page of memorials. How has this happened? How have I become so lax? It's because the ghosts all stopped turning up and I got a little bit lackadaisical. That's what it is. I'm sitting there now just going, oh, I don't care. We don't have a ghost problem anymore. Those memorial slabs can just sit in a corner for the next few decades. Why I said it like that, I don't know. But there you go. That's the kind of weird kind of fella I am. Kinda. X, sorry. I'm starting to get super tired now, so my brain is actually shutting down. It's rebelling. It's saying, you're too tired to talk, yet too wired to sleep. What is this conundrum you have placed us in? Come on, scoundrel, try harder. You're not being a clever boy. You're not even being a big boy. So you're not big, you're not clever. What are you? Well, why am I admonishing myself like some kind of fantasy headmaster? No, that came out wrong. Fantasy headmaster. That has an entirely different connotation to what I intended. Like a hypothetical headmaster? I don't know. I feel like I've gone off in a weird place now. I mean, obviously, you're getting used to it. You're becoming numb. You're realizing that this is how things are from now on, and your life will, I was going to say never be the same again, but to attribute that level of effect on people to my stream seems a little bit grandiose. Might indicate some kind of psychopathic condition, which I'm hoping is not the case. Fingers crossed, eh? And I think because I hope I'm not a psychopath, I'm probably not. Right? Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. These memorial slabs are fun to place, aren't they? I'm having a whale of a time. I mean, honestly, I'm going to have to get some fresh pants after this. This is absolutely the highlight of the evening. The most exciting thing I have done for the entirety of my night. My 3.5 hours I've been playing Dwarf Fortress. What is wrong? Okay, I'm getting close to the end of my abilities to stream now, so fairly soon we'll be winding up and we're going to raid somebody else. So if anybody is interested in suggesting a target for the raid, feel free to do so. Maybe give it a couple of minutes, have a look and see who's on or something, but once I've got these slabs down, I'm going to have a quick little look to make sure there's no low-hanging fruit to which I can collect. We should maybe have a look at the trade. Did anyone actually get into the trade depot? Let's have a look. And have I got any more slabs with names on? I could well. I don't have that many, but it's looking good. It's looking like we placed them all. Fantastic. Great. Let's unpause this then. Let's click on here and say there is a broker. Good. So I want my broker. I want to move goods to and from the depot. And of course, as ever, I want to put my trap components. There we go. Oh, I could sell the overflow green glass blades, I think, and there's probably some spiked wooden balls in these pots, so that's good. We also want to find toys, because we've made a number of lead toys for the other civilizations of this world, and if you know what, I don't feel that bad selling it to them. You know, I'm going to pretend that in this universe either lead doesn't harm children, or they just don't know that yet in this world, which seems more likely, right? Seems likely. If you lick lead fishing weights, it's not going to do any good. What else can we sell? Am I actually getting my guys to make lavish meals? I really should be, shouldn't I? Because I'm making a lot of profit on the ones that aren't lavish, unless I am making lavish meals, I'm not sure. Is there anything else we can sell? I feel like I'm quite light on goods here. Fruit and nuts, garden vegetables, leather, cloth, trap. I've already done that. Let's do a. Oh wait, someone said I can sell some of the creatures in the cages, right? These are dwarves. Will they buy any of my prisoners? I mean, I've got an alpaca. It's not really a prisoner, is it? It's more of a... Oh, they're not appearing. Maybe they won't buy them then. Never mind. Prepared food barrels. Let's put a few of them in the trading bay just to make sure that we've got a nice amount of money to spend. Is that everything? Oh no, it's not everything. Look at that. Plenty of food. Right, okay, let's get these lads up here. Let's wait for the broker to get there. And fingers crossed we'll get a little trade before we go. Let's have a look at chat again. I've probably let everything get past me, haven't I? I think the situation is poor right now, Mr. Liaison. Yes, indeed. When he arrived, it was pretty rough. Is he also a bear? Who's this? Who's the bear? The caravan liaison? Someone killed one of our dogs. Oh my goodness, nobody told John Wick. I still haven't seen that. I've got to get around to watching it. Everyone says the series is really good, and I've not even watched the first one yet. Mind you, I haven't even watched The Raid, and I hear that's really good as well. I think you can sell everything except dwarves. Okay. I don't need an imaginary head teacher friend, because I actually have a head teacher friend. So, there you go. Yeah. And he's a very good one as well. I'm not going to say who they are, because they might potentially come on stream at some point, and I haven't asked them what kind of stuff I can say, but yeah, I might be doing a stream with an actual bona fide teacher at some point. No guarantees, of course. It'll probably be a tabletop role-playing game or something similar of that ilk, but see what happens. Is anything happening? Have I got the game paused? Yes, I've got the fucking game paused. Of course I have. Of course I have. Oh, no, he's not also a bear. My imaginary head teacher friend. Right, I see. No, he's not a bear. He's not a bear. Bears only scream. We've covered this ground already in the stream. I'm sure you were here earlier on when that happened. You must remember, surely. Surely the screaming bear debacle is still fresh in your mind, still oozing through the crevices of your cerebellum. Oozing through the crevices of your cerebellum. Is there something wrong with me? Merit deserves a reward, and I come empowered to establish this colony as an official land of our realm. Do you have any dwarves to recommend for elevation? We've had this offer several times. I mean, do I get any benefits from it? Because right now, I feel like I can't be arsed with dealing with fucking barons and nobles and bullshit like that. But it is a sort of natural progression of the fortress. Mind you, they keep asking. I'm going to turn them down. I'm going to turn them down for now. There we go. Do we have goods in the depot for trading yet? Nope. Come on. Somebody bring the goods up. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got them in the military alert, haven't I? So, now they're in. Let's go pull the lever, close the bridge. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wait, no, the elves fucked off, didn't they? There was only one of them left. May as well just end the military alert, right? M-A. There we go. Everyone can come up and trade now. Good stuff. And then I'll bring the stuff up as they pass the stockpiles, I presume. I assume. Sorry, where was I? I'm losing my mind now. Oh, hang on. Our manager's throwing a tantrum, of course. We do have a lot of our guys with proper jobs in the fortress. Our managers, our bookkeepers, our brokers, they all tend to go a bit loopy after a while. They all tend to get a little bit crazy. There's not much I can do about that, though. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them move the goods into the depot, and if one of the regulars could remind me at the beginning of next session that we didn't trade with them, then I would be much obliged. We'll let the goods get moved in. Looks like a lot of the stuff out there that the caravan guards had might be forbidden and get left there by the time they leave. And if they leave it, I feel like it's okay to take it, right? I mean, that makes perfect sense to me. It speaks to my moral ideals. I'm a bad person. I'm a terrible person. I'm not really. I'm just mediocre. Oh, we've had a little baby girl being born. You know what? I think the stuff being taken to the depot can be my memory prompt to allow me to know that we're actually got to trade when I come next time. So, what I'm going to do now is say, those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for doing so. It's been a genuine pleasure recording for you, but now it is time for the video to end. Bye bye.